Yeah, it's got to be a mixed economy, hasn't it, of them? So, but just, Helen, let me just ask you a question about, if I may, about Skanska's attitude. Because I think it's important what you said, that you referenced Swedish Steel, who we'll talk later, you'll meet Tamsin. But you work for a huge organisation that is top of the pile. What is the attitude of Skanska towards risk and taking supply chain and with you on that journey?
So,
because you're the guys with the money, basically. I don't mean you, but the money, as it flows through the system, your supply chain relies on you as an organisation and many others like you.
And that means we still have responsibility. So we can't take too big a risk, because we do have that supply chain. And if we collapse, the supply chain collapses with us. It's not just us. So we do take risk. We have to keep that competitive edge on the market. So that's really important. That's why we invest in hydrogen energy, like hybrid energy. But it's not just technology. It's also the way we procure or how we contract. It goes a lot beyond that. But traditionally, the construction industry is quite a traditional industry. It's changing. It's happening. I do believe the fact that our parent company is a Swedish company brings something, a different dimension to how we operate, and probably our push on sustainability comes from that. I'm not going to lie about it. I think
it doesn't matter where it comes from, does it? It needs to come. That's the point, isn't it?
It's there, but that do give us. It does give us an edge and pushes us to go further and farther and take risks on that. It's not easy because the margins are really low. It's not a myth. When you talk about 3% margin, when in property it's more like 20%, it makes a big difference. But we have to, and in doing that, it's also part of the legacy. And we talk a little bit about social value. It's what do you leave behind you once the construction project is done? You have to invest in the community. You have to invest in future generation. And this is very important to what Skanska does. So we work with local SMEs who are sometimes the best at innovation because they're more flexible, a lot more flexible than us. And they bring new technology and new ways of working that we've never considered before. And hand in hand, that's how the collaboration allows us to innovate and go better. It's not easy, but let's be honest, it's a lot easier if the client is on board and ready to pay for it. There's no question.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it all comes back to money, which we'll come back to in a second. But just, do you, somebody way brighter than me said that the intellectual capital of a corporate organisation is its supply chain. And that, I think you just highlighted that by saying that the SMEs in your system are the ones who are able to innovate and move quickly. Whereas, to be fair, Skanska's not set up to move quickly. It's a huge super tanker. But what is your attitude as an organisation towards that SME supply chain? Would you say to them, you need to get on board with this if you want to keep doing business with us, but there will be more? I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but is that your attitude as a business?
Yeah, of course. We've got the luxury to pick who we're going to work with because of who we are. And that's important because we have to defend our reputation and deliver excellent projects delivered on time and on budget. So if we don't send these messages across the supply chain and say, if you want to work with us or continue working with us, this is what you have to do, nothing is ever going to change. And this is what we're doing with carbon. Over 90% of our carbon footprint comes from our supply chain. It's not us because we're a main contractor. We manage contracts mostly. So if we don't tell them carbon reduction is important to us and we will only work with you if you make it a priority for your business, it's never going to change. So we have to do that.
And is the converse of that, is there more opportunity for those that will?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm so glad you said that, because I think one of the things that's hugely important that the EBN is trying to get across is to that, the M certainly of the SME market and upwards, is there is reward and risk of what you're doing with your clients if you get on board with it. And I'm absolutely certain that the more organisations like Skanska that not necessarily mandate, but will help the supply chain change. The supply chain needs that confidence to know that if they invest, and you talk about thin, small margins, that if they invest in it, then they're going to get potential return on that investment.
Oh, totally. And that's something we want. That's a message we want to push and make sure that we reassure people about that risk of innovation. So that's why we're one of the funder of the Supply Chain Sustainability School, because we've created free training content for our supply chain to learn about sustainability. So we're telling them this is where we want to go, but we're helping them to get there as well. We're investing money to make sure that they're not just alone on the pathway. It's not hand-holding, it's just helping them get there and setting the stone for them to get there.
Yeah, and this is not a Skanska sales promotion video, by the way, but there are other major construction organisations out there as well. But I do think it'd be interesting for you guys who are watching this at home and watching now to go away and think, whichever industry you're in, the organisations at the top of that pyramid, the tier ones in whatever the terminology we use, are they adopting the same attitude towards their supply chain as you're doing? Because there are 6 million SMEs in this country, and if they all feel confident that investing in something that they're going to potentially reap the rewards of it, they're much more likely to do it than thinking nobody's interested. I get people say to me so many times in different markets, "We've innovated, but our clients won't pay the additional money for it." That's got to stop, because the money comes from big corporate organisations, and they need that reassurance, don't they, to be able to say, well, will we get more business? If we work harder than these guys at changing what we do, will we get more business? So it's reassuring to hear you say that. The Environmental Business Network is here to help all businesses adapt to and benefit from the very different economic and environmental futures we all face. Subscribe to our YouTube channel or visit the website to find out more information.